Everybody, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here. So I don't know if you guys had heard about this Shiloh Hendricks situation. So Shiloh Hendricks is a Caucasian white woman who decided to call a 5-year-old autistic boy the N-word because allegedly he digged in her diaper bag and stole the yogurt. So I want to say this. When is it ever okay to call a black child the N-word? I'll wait. I'll give y'all 30 seconds to answer that. When is it ever okay to call a black child the N word? Do, 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 do. Bump that shit. It ain't never okay. That shit is never okay to call a black child the N word, especially when you are a grown ass adult. That is never okay. And first of all, it's a child. You tell the child, hey, don't dig in my bag. Hey, don't do that. That's what you tell a child, right? You don't call the child the N word ever. And sad to say, this isn't even the most disgusting part. The lady lives in like Rochester, Minnesota. I didn't even know they had a Rochester. Rochester, Minnesota, right? And she said that she doesn't feel safe and all this stuff. She's being threatened. And so she created a GoFundMe. I don't know if you guys have heard the story. I'm a few days late. She created a GoFundMe. The GoFundMe is because she doesn't feel safe and she needs to move. She has raised over $500,000, a $500,000 off of her racism. A $500,000 off her racism. You cannot tell me America ain't racist. A $500,000. I mean, I guess you disrespect a black child and you make money, which makes a lot of sense because I don't know if you know, but they say once a black child turns 12 in the eyes of the police, they're an adult. But honestly, I think it's younger than 12. I think it might be 9 years old. Mind you, this was a 5-year-old autistic child. A 5-year-old, he's not even 9, 10, not even close to the double digits yet, right? And she called him the N-word. So what the racists are using now, they're using the Carmelo Anthony situation with the black kid who stabbed the white boy. They're using that situation to justify. They were like, well, the black people raise money to help a murderer. Listen, listen, listen. Here's the thing. The Carmelo situation is going to go through the court system. Everyone is just wanting a fair trial. So if people supported Carmelo so he can get out of jail, so he can have a chance to fight for his life and fight for himself, that's what it is. But to then justify that situation, say, well, black people help their worst, so we're going to now help our worst. Rather Carmelo Anthony situation had happened, because you guys hate black people so much, she would have got that money either way. It was because the Carmelo situation and her situation are not the same. They're not the same at all. For people to justify it and say that it's a tit for tat and the Carmelo and this Shiloh lady is the same situation. No, it's not. Now, if somebody, oh, here we go, because I don't feel bad. You called that little boy the N-word. Now we're going to talk about your child. Yes, I'm going there, y'all. I don't give a damn. I'm going there. That ugly, inbred, cross-sided motherfucker you had on your arm carrying that ugly ass baby, how can you ever disrespect another child when your child look incest and motherfucking cross-eyed and shit? Yo cross-sided, ugly ass bitch. First of all, you look like a meth head. And then your baby look like a meth head. How dare you call this black child the N-word and your baby looking all kind of cross-eyed incest? Are you fucking kidding me? Y'all seen that ugly ass baby? No, screw that. Screw that. Y'all seen that ugly ass baby and she had the nerve to call that black kid the N, mm-mm, mm-mm. When you racist like that, we can talk about your ugly ass baby. Fuck that. I'm sorry, yo. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. It's not the same because Carmelo was not racially motivated. However, I have reserved judgment because I need to hear from Carmelo and witness on the scene. Right. That's what I'm saying. It needs to go through the court system. I agree with you, Mims. It needs to go through the court system. He has the right to a fair trial. That's what I agree with. But we're not going to say, oh, this lady doing this is like like y'all need to stop it. Y'all really need to stop it. And like I'm seeing people literally justify it with that whole Carmelo situation. I'm all like, no. And just like I said, whether the Carmelo situation had happened or not, she would have still called that black child the N-word. She didn't say, I'm doing it in the name of, what is it, Austin Metcalf? I'm doing it in the name of Austin Metcalf. Never said that. She never said that. That the N-word was in her repertoire. Her repertoire and her vocabulary, that N-word was already in there. That N-word didn't just come in her vocabulary um just the other day. Like yeah. I'm not experienced in dealing with autistic children, but I would know just dealing with children in general. Hey, don't do that. Hey, don't take out my bag. That's not nice. Or try to get the parental attention. Be like, hey, your child, there's a way you communicate. That is crazy to me. That that was the first thing that came to her mind. And then they try to justify it too. They said that the guy who was recording, they said that he's accused of being a pedo, which that has not been proven that he's been charged with that, by the way. I just want to clarify that. There's a lot of nuance in that situation. And they're trying to say, okay, well, because the guy recording is accused of being a pedo, then it's okay. What kind of fucking logic is that? What kind of fucking logic is that? That's why I don't feel bad talking about her cross-eyed incest looking motherfucking baby. Fuck her. I know I'm going to hell, but y'all coming with me. Y'all know that baby was ugly. Why y'all lying? I'm just like, it's wild. And right, Joy. And the thing is, and what's up, Stephanie? The thing is, if this just would have been a news story and she said it, I don't want to say I would have thought like, oh, it's all right, right? I don't want to say that. But it's the fact that she raised $500,000. You raised money off of calling, man. I know people get money for stupid reasons, but this is definitely a stupid reason for somebody to get money. You disrespecting that child. Now, I have to be careful with my words. Do I think it's okay for people to be doxxed and all this other stuff? No. However, it is also not okay to call, and it has nothing to do with him just being autistic, any black child the N word. It is never okay. It is never okay. There's a whole bunch of things that she could have said, just like, "Ooh, move over," like, "Oh, get out of here," or something, right? But automatically, you go to calling this child the N word, and then you get called out, and then he was like, "Yeah, I said it." What? What's up, addicted? What's up, allegedly? That is crazy to me. So basically, you knew what kind of reaction this would have. So, like, there's sometimes you have to realize people try to do this shit to go viral. They literally try to do this. You know what, Stephanie? I haven't looked to see if you can see the names of the people. Now, I'm not saying it's okay to dox people, you guys, but whatever y'all do on y'all time is what y'all do on y'all time. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Whatever y'all do on y'all time is what y'all do on y'all time. But for them to literally, and I bet you they didn't donate anonymously. I bet you they're so bold in their shit. Oh yeah, I don't care about putting my name. I'm gonna put my name on the donation because I'm that fucking bold. And by the way, double tap the screen. That's how you like it. The video, you guys. They feel so emboldened, like, yeah, I'm gonna put my name first, probably first and last name. They put it on there because they literally do not care. The only thing that I hope is that this little boy doesn't remember this. That's the only thing I hope. I know that sounds weird. I hope he doesn't remember it. Um, I remember, and this was when I was living in the Bay Area. I've told this story before, but some of you this might be new. Um, when I was around, I want to say maybe like 10, 11 years old, I remember there was this white kid. It has a point to it. There was this white kid, right? And he lived across the street from this apartment complex. We went over to like his house, right? Because he lived in a house across the street from the apartment complex. And we were all kind of hanging out, and then the uh we were gonna go inside and play video games or something, right? And so the kid, he goes like, "Oh, well, AT2, he can't come in." And then they were like, "Why can't he come in?" And he was all like, "My parents, they don't like black people." And they were all like, "What?" Like everyone was kind of like, "Huh?" And mind you, this is in the Bay Area. Yeah, but said, "Yeah, we don't yeah, my parents don't like black people, so he can't come in." And I remember that shit. I remember it. Now, the funny part is I don't remember his name. I mean, that's irrelevant at this point. If I did remember his name, I probably would say his name. Fuck you and your parents, bitch. But y'all, I'm petty as shit. Fuck you and your parents. I would, if I remembered his name, I would have said it. Cause fuck you. Um, yeah, that's crazy. And I'm one of those people. Brandon probably could. Oh wait, hold on. And oh, you're talking, and Brandon, we already talked about that. Listen, like I said, Carmelo Anthony has the right to have a fair trial and defend himself. We don't know all the details of that situation. There's probably a lot of nuance in it. However, he has the right, just like Kyle Rittenhouse, just like George Zimmerman, just like, what's the guy who choked out The dude on the subway, I think his name is like Daniel something, just like all the other white people who get money and get out of jail. This black kid has the same right. So fuck what you talking about, Brandon. And y'all gotta delete Brandon, but Brandon is gonna get cussed out. Yeah, Stephanie, don't block Brandon. No, no, no. Because Brandon need to hear this. I don't want him to go away. I want him to do better. Do it, Stephanie. No, I want Brandon to do better. I want him to learn something. But like I said, even if even if the Carmelo situation didn't happen, she still would have called that black boy the N word. Because, like I said, that's in her repertoire, that's in her vocabulary. She would have still called him the N word. So, whether or not the Carmelo situation happened or not, she still would have called that black boy the N word. That's what you guys are not realizing. You guys are trying to justify it with that situation, and it's two different things. Two different things. Y'all defending that alleged meth head with her cross-eyed incest crack-headed baby. Oh yeah, we going there. We talking about the ugly baby, the ugly mama, and the ugly baby. She should have thought about it before she called that boy the N-word. No, fuck that. Thank you, Callie. I appreciate that. Oh, hold on. Wasn't trying to remove the comment. I'm trying to. Why can't I like the comment? Oh, there we go. Also, I don't know what you seen. You must have been watching AT2 After Dark, but that, yeah, I don't know how you got that. Why these people always who go vertical always say some crazy shit? It's in her DNA, her verbiage, exactly. Oh, Stephanie, just time them out. You can time them out. Yeah, that is wild to me. That just the justification that is used behind it is wild. When everybody, and here's the thing too, let that have been, let me use me. Let that have been me. I told a white boy or a little white boy, little white child, no matter what it was, if I cussed them out, that wouldn't be okay at all. So if it's done in the reverse, it's not okay. It's not okay. It was never okay. And to justify it is fucking crazy. Now, I did hear a couple of things. One, the NAACP in that area, they're raising money for the kid and his family, which I think is good. If they did one, you do one too, right? And then I also asked, where was the parents? Because the guy recording was not the parent. That was like the friend of, I want to hear from the parents because where were they? Or was the guy who recorded her, was he watching over the child at the time? Like, where was the parents? That's one thing. Because the parents should have been there to clock that hoe. Got it. In the motherfucking face. We don't support violence, right? We don't support violence. I meant virtually knock her upside her motherfucking head, right? Um, and then the last thing is that they're trying to get in contact with whatever the company, it's not GoFundMe, but whatever the company is, they're trying to get in contact to freeze the money. and then not have the people who donated get their refund back. I forgot. I don't think it's Square. It's something else, but they're trying to get them to freeze the money. And hopefully they get that done because she don't deserve a penny. They were in the part two with their other kid. Oh, they were the. Listen, now I'm mad at the parents. And granted, let me say this. I'm glad they didn't do anything to that lady. I'm glad because that would have been the news story. Not that she called that black child the N word. The news story would have been like, oh, they whooped, they beat on white woman, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Let me be careful now saying that. Yeah. The situation was handled like it was supposed to be handled. Now that I think, let me be the adult in the room. Now that I think about it, the situation was handled the way it was supposed to be handled. I just couldn't imagine like somebody getting away, no matter the skin color or not, right? I couldn't imagine somebody getting away with disrespecting my nieces and nephews. That would not go down like that. I'm sorry. It would not. COVID showed who are parents and who are not. Hmm. It goes to show, send me or something. They said they are investigating it. Right, beautiful. You're right about that. And you know what? This lady, that is Shannon Sharp type. I just realized, y'all. Hold on, let me show this lady. I don't know. Ain't this Shannon Sharp type? I'm going to hell. Y'all coming with me, don't worry. This is Shannon Sharp type right here. All methed out, all drugged out. Now how you have a 3-year-old and you look 53? This lady, she got the little cross-sided baby on her arm. This lady look about 53 years old with a 3-year-old. Now come on now. This is what Shiloh Hendricks looked like. I saved to see. This is what she looked like. Now, I'm not saying dox her, but we can definitely talk about her and her cross-sided ass baby. I don't feel bad for none of it. Y'all leave Shannon alone. But this is one of Shannon Sharp's hoes right here. Shiloh. This girl looked like she say, put a big black baby in me. This is what Shannon Sharp like right here. This is her. All meth and drugged out. But yeah, this old cracked out looking thing is the one with the little baby on her arm. That looked like your grandchild, lady, because you look old as shit. Let me get out of here before I start really saying some shit. But y'all, I just wanted to kind of talk about this because like I seen it when it happened. Well, I heard about it when they first reported on it, and I just hadn't said anything. And then like when I was seeing people justify it, I was like, oh no, you know AT2 gotta get on it. As soon as I see people justifying it, I was like, we gotta talk about it. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Please like the video. Thank you, Callie, for the donation. I appreciate it. We got to pay for that Beyonce parking. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good day, you guys. Love y'all. We